Hello! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, and we're going to be talking about my reading rush TBR today. I can't not use the spinny chair as a prop. It's so fun. Most of you have probably seen the buzz going around the BookTube, bookstagram, BookTwitter, book other communities about the reading rush. Now, if you're not aware of what the reading rush is, where have you been? It totally has replaced the BookTubeathon that was run by Ariel Bissett, a booktuber on this platform, and it has become the reading rush. It has a dedicated website where you can talk TBRs, earn badges, there's a community page. It's pretty sweet. The Reading Rush is a 7-day reading challenge readathon with 7 prompts to complete. I'm actually not sure fully of the rules if you have to read all 7 books or if you can double up. I am going to try and read all 7 prompts as separate books because I'm insane. I've done it before, but based on my reading this month, where I've hit a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a slump because it was very much a reading hangover. Thanks, Cold Tie by Mariana Zapata. I've not been reading nearly as much as I have been in the past, plus I'm back to work, which is still something that I'm getting used to. Still fitting everything around working during the day, which is not ever something I thought I would have to get used to again because, you know, I've been used to it for years that I've been working. It should be the norm, but it's not, so... Oh, and if you've noticed that my background looks a little bit different, it is true I like to film outside if at all possible, but with the number of lawnmowers running right now, it wouldn't have happened, and I needed to film this. So we're filming inside where I have a new bookshelf. That one right there. I finally have a corner. I've always wanted a corner. I love having a corner. I built this sucker all by myself, carried it up the stairs. I myself was my first IKEA build, so I'm pretty proud of it. I did goof, but you can't see it, so I'm happy with it. But the shelf is now houses like my urban fantasies, my contemporary romance, and it's actually already completely full. So basically, I'm on a buying ban because I've run out of space, even after buying a brand new shelf. So, such is life, am I right? Alright, let's just dive right in, shall we? The first challenge is to read a book where the cover matches your birthstone, and I looked this up. My birthstone is a ruby because I am a July baby. I don't like rubies, so like, of course, right? So that would be red, which is a cover that I don't often read a lot of. The book that I'm going to be reading is Silver Silence by Nalini Singh. This is the first book in the Side Changeling spin-off. The Side Changeling series is a book that I have been rereading over the course of 2019. There are 15 books in the original Side Changeling series, and so far there are 4 in the spin-off series, but it's my favorite series ever. It's a paranormal urban fantasy, which is why there's so many books, because those series often have so many books. And it's incredible. I really can't recommend the first book enough. The next challenge is to read a book where the title starts with the. And so I chose to read my book club book of the month, but a book that I will be reading this month nonetheless, by one of my favorite new authors this year, The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I don't know much about this book. I know it features an orphanage. It's very, very queer, very, very cute. TJ Klune wrote my favorite book and favorite series of the year so far, Wolfsong. These black spines that you can hardly make out right here. He's incredible, and with the amazing press that this book has been getting from everybody, I'm hoping that it's just as good as Wolfsong itself. So the third challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie that you've already seen, and this was a very hard challenge for me to find because I don't watch a lot of movies, so I was just like, is there anything I can watch like this week before the reading rush? But something was really pulling at me. You know, you look up listicles and it's like Divergent, Hunger Games, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, like a whole bunch of classics, which is not what I was looking for. But I managed to find something pretty awesome that I'm excited about. Hollywood Dirt by Alessandra Tor. This is a movie that I originally saw on Passionflix. They turn romance novels into movies. They're very low budget movies, but they're still really enjoyable. I did watch this one on Passionflix this winter. I thought it was a pretty damn good movie, so I'm pretty excited to read the book. It follows the Southern girl. She's pretty sassy and she's got some real attitude in her. So she gets swept up in this making of the movie, the celebrity actor who lives right next door. I'm excited. Okay, so the fourth challenge is a little bit more difficult. It is to read the first book that you touch. Now, I just reorganized my shelves. They are a little bit shuffled, plus the addition of the new shelf, but I very much know that if I go in a certain direction, what I'm gonna get. So what I went ahead and did is I picked 4 books. First, I picked The Merciful Crow, which has Selena and Dorian vibes. Basically, the crown prince was supposed to be assassinated, and the heroine is like a chieftain of this clan or like band of misfits that collect bodies, but they're badasses. I'm not really sure about. They're called crows, I think. So they are called to go collect the prince's body, except they find him alive and he strikes a deal for their protection. So sounds really, really good. And I have Nevernight by J. Kristoff, which features a female assassin. I believe there's an assassin school in here. I started this one before, it just didn't really hook me, which I have heard is the truth for the first 100 pages, but then you're in it. So I just need to push through. I love the premise of this book. Everything about it sounds great, so now I just need to read it. If only it were that easy, right? Then I have The Dare by Elle Kennedy, which is the first book in her off-campus series. Yes, I've read the first book in the spin-off, but now I need to go back and read the very first book. It's a jock romance. I think this is the kind of thing where it's like, teach me how to get his attention, but the guy that she has to teach her like has a thing for her. Everybody loves this book, so I just need to read it. And the final one is The Beach Read by Emily Henry, which is one that I am determined to read in July because it's a beach read and July is basically the end of summer. If I'm reading a beach read in August, like, why? So basically 2 writers, both with writer's block, are next door to each other in 2 vacation homes where they were sent to get rid of their block and write a damn manuscript. So they don't really like each other, but they kind of become, they're not friends, but like, you know, nobody else is around, so they kind of hang out, and they decide to switch genres to get rid of their block. Here's my stack. I don't really know how to do this. The first book that I touch. I'm gonna hate myself for this. I'm gonna throw them in the air. Let them land on the floor. And then whichever one I touch first, I'm gonna close my eyes. Maybe if I put them up this way, they won't like bend the pages. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Okay, ready? Oh god, I already regret this. Okay, I touched one with my foot. I don't know which one it was. Should I do that one? No, we're gonna touch with my hands. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, it's a hardcover. So it's either Merciful Crow or The Beach Read. I kind of feel like it's, I don't know why smelling it would help. Merciful Crow, oh, it's The Beach Read. Oh, no, it's Merciful Crow. Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. What if I don't like it? Okay, breathe, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. I'm really nervous. I just bought this one on the Amazon buy 3 for the price of 2 sale. It sounds so good, but I've heard it's very mixed reviews. I'm getting Selena and Dorian vibes. I don't want to be let down by this. For the next challenge, read a book completely out of your house, I have chosen the Happily Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. This was... It's a sequel to one of my favorite books of the year so far, The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, which completely tore me apart. It was part of my first vlog, but I don't know if I'm ready for this. It sounds super cute. Basically, the main character, Sloane, which was a character who went through some shit in the friend zone, finds a dog. It's lost. She tries to contact the owner but can't get a hold of him. And a few weeks go by and she starts to really connect to this dog, which is really helping her through these hard times. And then she gets a text from the owner. He's a traveling musician who I think left the dog with like a dog sitter or a kennel, had no idea it was missing, was finally like, I want my dog back. And she's refusing to give it back. I'm in love. For the 6th challenge, you're supposed to read a book from a genre you really want to read more of. For that, I am picking up Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller, just because this is a YA fantasy. I can't let you know I have to leave. Okay. It is a YA fantasy, but I found, especially this summer, I'm not reading nearly as much YA fantasy as I have in the past. I think it's only, like, YA in general is only 30% of my reading lately, and part of that might be because it's summer. I'm reading a lot more, you know, contemporary romances and urban fantasies and paranormals. So I want to get back into YA fantasy a little bit. I love the genre, want more of it. Trisha Levenseller's never let me down. They're always quick, easy, breezy, enjoyable, sassy. Hopefully she doesn't let me down this time. It's perfect for a readathon. Perfect. For the final challenge, I'm to read a book that takes place on another continent. This one was a little bit more difficult than I really thought it would be. Nalini Singh always writes books outside, not always, she writes plenty of books outside of the US, but I've read them all already. They take place in New Zealand. And then I was trying to find others, and they're all like, you know, nitty-gritty books abroad. It's not really what I was looking for. So finally I was like, what are you doing? There's plenty of romances set in England. And then I remembered my On My Kindle video. I had a book. One of the Kindle books that I have to read this month takes place in London. It's got London in the name. So London Royal. It's about a girl who goes abroad to run away. We meet a pretentious asshole hero who can't stay away from her. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Sounds perfect. That is it for my Reading Rush TBR. Please let me know in the comments down below if you are planning to participate. What are you reading for these challenges? Do you have any other recommendations for these challenges? Because although I said a TBR, met expectations are a little low about sticking to it as a mood reader. I will try. I can't explain. My mood reading does what mood reading does. I will leave my Reading Rush profile information in the drop box below. If you want to check out my profile, friend me. I don't really remember how the platform works. I'm gonna have to set it up again. I think you can have friends, so let's be friends. Anyway, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm at Kate a Dreamer. I have a lot of fun on that platform. I'm planning a giveaway here really soon over there, so stay tuned. That's all I have for you today. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Goodbye. What's that voice where it just goes, thank you, goodbye, thank you, goodbye. Talk to you soon.